Hey, it's One Plucky Pixel here, and welcome back to another creative design tutorial. In today's video, we will cover how to manage paragraphs within Adobe InDesign. Starting things off, we do have our cover, our magazine cover mockup from our previous video, and we do have some copy courtesy of Vogue magazine. Our goal essentially is to lay out all of this copy into neatly organized paragraphs below our title and subtitle. First things first, we do need to add in our guides. Essentially, I want my paragraphs to align roughly in this space. We're going to have a 1-inch guide over here and another guide over here as well. Ensuring that your rulers are active, just click and drag and place them like so. Now, you'll notice from the value up here, this is not perfectly 1 inch, but of course I can modify that. I'm just going to click and drag to delete all of the current values and type in 1 followed by IN. And once I hit enter, we now have a perfect 1-inch guide. I can do the same thing on the other side of the document. As a quick note, this is a typical 8.5 by 11 page. Once more, clicking and dragging, just like that. And once more, we are slightly off. Now, I do want to note that within this field, you can actually use math. In this case, I'll type in 8.5 inches, 8.5 space IN, minus 1 inch. I do need the guideline 1 inch away from the edge in this case. Once more, 8.5 inches, minus 1 inch, and then I press enter. And there we go. There is my guide perfectly aligned at 7.5 inches. Next, there are two different ways we can lay out our paragraphs. If you want evenly sized and evenly spaced out columns, here is one method. I'm going to select my type tool over here. And just like before, I'm just going to click and drag and pull it all the way to my guideline like this. Of course, I can also modify the text box if I would like. For example, utilizing the regular selection tool. I can adjust these accordingly. Let's make this a perfect 6.5 inches. And in terms of height, let's do a perfect 4 inches, like this. At this point, I can also use my copy over here, which is in a separate text box. I'm just going to double click to drag and select all of it. Alternatively, use Command or Control A. I'm going to utilize Command C for copy. And now, clicking on my text box over here, I will then use Command V to paste it in. Just like that. Now, this is not quite what I would like. Actually, I would like to see if I could split this into 3 columns. To do so, we have different parameters over here. It's currently set up as 1 column. However, as I increase this, we can see our text is now broken up. For example, I could do 3 columns, like this. And I can even change the spacing or the gutter between each of the columns. For example, I could shrink this and have tighter columns, or increase the spacing. Additionally, I could space out the content evenly, and I can even change how the content sits within each of the columns here. For example, centering the content vertically, once more evenly spacing it out, more like justifying if you will, or lining to the bottom. In this case, I do like the first option. And as I click and drag the original text box, we can see the text start to shift. Just like that. Now, be aware of the red box over here. Once more, this is text overflow. The red box indicates that text is currently being cut off because the original text box or bounding box is too small. Additionally, you can also remove hyphenation. For example, I'll double click. I'm now going to use Command or Control A to select all my text. I then go to Window, type in Tables, and select Paragraph. In this case, I can disable Hyphenate, just like that. We do have our alignment tools here as well, however, they are also available over here. Personally, I like to justify text, like this. I'll use justify with last line aligned left, like so. This is actually quite typical of a lot of magazines and newspapers. Also, I'm going to go back to my regular selection tool and modify this to only 2 columns. From here, let's make the columns just a little bit smaller, increasing that gutter. And right about here is fairly close. In fact, I can make them just a little bit wider, like so. Overall, this is one way that we can modify paragraphs within Adobe InDesign. Now, like I said, this is a great option if you want columns that are evenly spaced and even in sizing. However, we can be a little bit more avant-garde. In this case, I'm going to delete my text box. Instead, if you want more control on your columns, you can create your own. We're going to utilize the Type tool over here. And following my guideline, I can click and drag. And this time, I will create 2 differently sized columns. Let's do one about here. And let's do maybe one more over here. Of course, I can always adjust these further. Let's make this one 2.5 inches. 4.5 inches in height for the time being. And for the other column, let's also modify it. Let's make this one 3.75 inches. And also 4.5 inches. Now in this case, I'm going to copy over my text once more. This time double-clicking, using Command or Control A, selecting all my text like so, utilizing Command or Control C, and then once more clicking on my column, and Command or Control V to paste my text. Now, notice we are currently only in one column. I do want this text, however, to spill into the other column. Of course, it's very easy to do so. I'm going to shift gears now. I'm actually going to use my Direct Selection tool. And where we see the red square indicator, indicative of text overflow, I'm going to click this icon. And as you can see with my cursor, there is a small bit of text next to it. I'm going to select my other text box. And from here, these are now dynamically linked. For example, if I go back to my regular selection tool, and let's say I modify these. In this instance, I'm actually going to click and select both of my text boxes. And as I drag my cursor, shortening these columns, we can now see the text move into place, just like that. Of course, watch out for this icon if you do need to rebalance your text and ensure that no text is being cut off. Additionally, if I want to disconnect the text boxes, I can also do so. Once more, I utilize my Direct Selection tool. I select the original text box that housed all the text. And where the previous icon was over here, I can select it once more, and then click to disconnect. And once again, all the text is now housed within this bounding box. Now, in some instances, you may want to resolve how your text boxes are aligned. Let's say we want to align the second text box to the first text box. In this case, we first select text box number 1. We then hold Shift and select the second text box. From here, we navigate to our alignment panel. We're going to utilize the drop-down over here and select Align to Key Object. And you'll notice how the key object is outlined with a thick blue outline like so. From here, I can use the vertical alignment tools. I'm going to utilize this option over here, Align Top Edges. The text box is now aligned to the first text box. Now, you'll notice that the paragraph is still slightly off from the margin. In this case, this is a very easy fix. With only 2 columns, all I have to do is click on the second column, hold Shift, and move it in place like so. Automatically, the text box does snap to our guide. However, it's not always this simple. I'll be right back and demonstrate with 3 columns. Now, in comparison to working with only 2 text boxes, working with 3 or more does become a lot more tricky. In this case, we're starting off with 1 text box, 1 column like so. I'm first going to duplicate this across. I'm going to select my original text box. I'm going to hold Alt or Option and also Shift to duplicate this over, just like this. And once more, Alt and Shift. And I'm going to align this to the edge. Currently, I don't need all of this text. I'm just going to click, double-click, use Command or Control-A to select all the text, and then delete it. Same thing for this as well. Once more, we're going to use the same feature as last time. Switching to our Direct Selection tool, I'm going to click on the red box over here, double-click, and once we see our text floating, we then link it by clicking on the empty column beside it. We can then repeat that process, click, and then select the other text box, just like that. So, as I use my regular selection tool and select all text boxes, all of these are interconnected. But the columns are actually slightly off. Notice how the spacing is not quite even. However, I can resolve this. In this case, what I want to do is navigate over here back to my alignment panel. In this case, while all of the text boxes are selected, select your dropdown and select Align to Selection. From here, we then utilize this feature, Distribute Horizontal Centers. And now our spacing is perfectly even. For example, let's say that this was even more off. I'm going to repeat the same steps. Once more, I can highlight all of my text boxes, or simply click on one, hold Shift and select the others. Return over here, and ensure that Align to Selection is still active. And once more, utilize this feature, Distribute Horizontal Centers. And just like that, they are perfectly aligned. Overall, these are 2 simple ways to manage paragraphs within Adobe InDesign. But of course, when it comes to managing larger areas of copy, we will explore more ways of doing so in the future. Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comments section below, and I hope to see you in the next video. As always, thank you so much for watching.